Hello, it's me, CGD, once again. The time is 22:49, the 4th of the 8th, 2010. A major breakthrough. It's transpired that HMP Brixton Prison, because of being part of the Crown Estate and that, they know every prison in the country because of the dispersals and the categorisations of prisons. And but what is not known is that they have access to the planning department of all the prisons. They will claim it's a security issue, and therefore that's why they have access to that information. But surely that's a breach of security. They have access to other prisons' security systems, i.e. their internal cameras or their external cameras. It's it's with much pain and anxiety it causes me to tell you this, but the HMP Brixton Prison not only hacked into other prisons' security cameras, internal, external, on the wings. They've also, with the plan department, using the satellites to a particular function, which is not an isolated one. These computers they use, the satellites they use, they're multifunctional, and they can scan through a prison, a bit like an X-ray and an infrared and heat signature to specific people. They've also got the listings of the prisons that I've been to and the prisoners that were in that prison at that time. That I can prove. What is unclear whether I can prove before that or after that. But while my duration and time in custody, I can definitely prove it. There's an issue over my health that they're trying to destroy. They're claiming that I'm making fraudulent claims on benefit, and they think that I'm breaking the law. And what they're trying to do is go back to the year 2000 to 2003 and claim to have physical evidence of me dancing and enjoying myself on the landing. Now, this is Brixton Prison. I'm in the Mount Prison at this time. How the hell do they get footage, to secure that sort of information? What court orders was put in place? Did the Mount comply with a security issue that I was unaware of? I don't think so. I was never under scrutiny as a security issue at the Mount Prison. It's the way these satellites work. They literally, zoom around and the laser beams are flashing everywhere, and because they have control, HMP, not only the weapons of mass destruction and death penalties, they have not only communication, they have a system where they can penetrate, infiltrate and retain and recover information that way through computer systems, by let's say hooking up to security cameras where it would be led to be believed that it was undetectable, and also scanning the wings individually, what wings I was on and what information was coming from that wing, i.e. like the layout of where kit rooms may be, or what was in your cell and where that was laid out, where you kept personal effects like toiletries or food substances like tins of tuna. They've got all this information on film, and they're ready to go ahead with all this. But their problem is, they claim that an independent person, another prisoner, was an independent witness to me dancing. Now, I'm not going to dispute that. I mean, I like music and I have a little bop now and again, but I'm limited to what I can do because of my angulitis spondylitis. And it's on that is one of the bases where they're trying to discredit me on my disability living allowance. Now, that won't make sense to a lot of people around the world, because the benefit system in the UK is not necessarily what it is in other countries. So we'll bypass that. This is really about how they sort of plan to fit up and frame up and set up every person in every prison, because they can do the same procedure in every prison. They have secret files with this information on. I can only pertain to my own case, but I really do believe they've got 24-hour a day, 7-day a week monitoring of every prison in the country, who comes in, who goes out, who's on what wing, who are the hierarchy in terms of crime, who are these seriously organised people in terms of crime, what officers might be susceptible to corruption. The list goes on and on and on. But basically, one of the features of these satellites is they're scanning everyone's homes. 6 billion people. They've got them on secret documentation, secret files. They've invaded government facilities. They've got all the ministers, past, present, future, or the equivalent in every other country. This is an operation that they don't want to give up. HMP Brixton Prison at all cost. They will do everything to divert or misdirect or create problems for the police in the future. But the evidence is very clear. I'm now reconveying to you my experiences of when I was at the Mount Prison on Howard Wing, and I was on it was like a ground floor and then the first floor level. I was on the first floor level, and periodically I had to rely on walking stick. But it's the intention of HMP Brixton Prison to discredit the medical staff that issued me with that walking stick, claiming that that wasn't right. If he can make the first landing, he didn't have too much of a problem. But what they didn't realise was what had happened prior to me going to the Mount, where I was receiving physiotherapy. They took their eye off the ball, and that's a medical condition they have not come up with and noted in their files. But I'm noting it on my webcam to you, and now it's back on their system. Thank you, HMP Brixton Prison. Keep conspiring, joint enterprising, every criminal indictment, nationally, internationally, universally. Thank you.